Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to crown a winner, a true king of the America's Draft League. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I am way too large, folks. My name is Legion2k, and I want to welcome you to the final day of play here for America's Draft League. I am so sorry about this, that I had set up. But we have quite some things to do today because we have, of course, playoffs to get through. We have some contentions as to who is to be the best and who is to be the worst. So we have a few minutes before we get into play here. So very quickly, what I would like to do is I would love... Fine. It's not working. Don't worry about it. Basically, we've got Double D in first with 50 points. New Onyx players Empire 49, Flight 15, 49 at 37, and Double or Nothing at 26. We've got a few matches to get through today. It's going to be about 6 of them. Double D and Flight 15, 49 will be the first one, and they'll also be playing alongside at the same time as Nope and Double or Nothing, and then it'll be Nope and Double D, and then Flight and Double or Nothing, and then New Onyx, Flight, and then Double D, Double or Nothing. Of course, we are doing this based solely off of points, folks, so depending on how things go, we could be seeing some changes. Of course, right now, the big two of Double D and New Onyx players Empire, they are the ones to watch because they are going to be the ones that have the best shot at winning it all. But left headphone sound only. Hopefully that's fixed. I don't know why it's coming in on both here. I apologize for that. I'll try and fix that one here. Is it all left still? I'm gonna need you guys to tell me because I'm not too certain myself. It was working fine earlier, so that might just be something on my end. We are all left. All right, hold on. I am so sorry. I thought I had this sorted out before. I guess something changed in the meantime. Oh goodness. Oh, you know what it probably is? Hold on. All right, did that fix it? Are we left and right boys now, or are we still? Are we? Nope. Okay, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do something really stupid. Ready? Has that fixed it? I'm trying everything right now. I'm just moving things around. We're robot. How is that possible? Oh my god. I am so sorry. I thought I had this sorted out. Now I'm quiet. Yeah, because I threw it. Oh, that is so annoying. I am so sorry about that. I could have sworn it should be... Oh my god. And I spent like last night making sure it was set up correctly. That is annoying. Oh boy. Not what you want. It should be. It's quiet now. If I just turn it up like that, I mean, that's all the way up. This shouldn't be... That should be fine. I don't know why that's... Fucky. Yeah, no, it shouldn't be. We'll figure this out again. I am so sorry. I thought this was gonna work. We'll get into the action here shortly. We'll destroy it. You better. I'm expecting it. Alright, let's see. Yeah, it should be. I don't know why it's not. Oh, you know what? Hold on. We are a professional production here. I feel so bad for Alex, too, because he's like, hey, this is all you. And I'm just over here bottling it. Alright, let's see. Hold on. Go here. Okay. Okay, I'm getting into the yellow, which is good. Are we still left? Are we still on the left? Because if we're still on the left, that's a problem. No? Are we on both? We're all still left? Damn it. Why is this... Okay. Oh, God. I am a professional. I am so fucking sorry. Okay. I am doing literally everything possible. I am doing terribly. Why is this... If it ever switches over to being... Oh, you know what? What if I make it mono? Does that fix it? Just do it in 5 minutes. I know, I'm trying to fix it. Is it fit? Hey, mono sound works. Thank God. All right, folks, with that out of the way and me definitely knowing what I'm doing, we're going to hop right in to our first match, which I have decided, of course, looking at it's still a robot. I'm going to unmute this, and I'm going to hate it. Oh my God, I am still a robot. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Let me do that. Let me do... Oh. So, Chad, I fixed it. I fixed it. We're good. We're not robotic. What are you talking about? Okay, can you tell I haven't streamed in, like, months? Almost a year. I haven't streamed. I had both of my mics. There's 2 mic options in here for some reason. Just add some gain and we're golden. I don't even want to touch it. I'm going to add a little bit of gain. And you guys know me. I get loud. So, y'all better be ready for that. Because it's gonna get loud. But I'm going to pump that up just a bit. Just a bit. All right, folks. I know exactly what I'm doing. So, we're going to go first match, now that I have remembered how to actually, you know, play and stream. We are going to be watching Double D and Flight, so that should be match number 1. We are going to get into that one. Hopefully, I have a password for that, because I don't. Oh boy. That is hilarious. Give me 1 second. Ah, there we go. Perfect, dude. Can we get a plus for Alex for being an absolute champ and giving passwords to me, because that makes my life so much easier and I love it. Oh my God, W Alex, because oh God. All right, folks, we're good. A slight mishap, a slight oopsie daisy, but we figured it out. We got it to work. So now we can finally, after all this time, get into the the game. I'm just gonna quickly set up the better team, just so we have some I don't even know who's on what. Nobody told me anything. Hopefully we can get all this sorted out very quickly, but they are still in warm-up, thankfully, so we haven't missed much of anything, which is perfect. Again, that makes life so much easier. But hopefully everybody's having a good day. It's start of the weekend, so we are getting into fun things. I have absolutely nothing besides this and something else, and then work. So we will get into this one. I think we are into the rounds potentially. I sure hope not, because that would not be fun. But I think we are getting things fixed. I don't believe that this is live. I appear to be missing some. Yeah, I think some of the server things are messed up, but that's okay. We'll go into this, folks, because you don't care about my face. You care about Trackmania. This is what you're here for. America's Draft League, Season 3, the last day of playoffs. Whoever has the most points by the time we get to the last round of this competition. It is going to be 5 maps per match, and we are going to be here for quite a bit, so we will be keeping track of everything, of course. Want to make sure that you guys have the fullest experience, the ability to know who and when and where and what and why and how is going to, apologies for that. We're going to have some fun today. We are going to have a lot of fun today. My computer's a bit old, but we will see who has it in them to actually get all of this under their belt and finally take home the crown for Season 3 of America's Draft League. We have a lot of very familiar names. Most players, of course, from the North American region. Some of them not so much. Nitrofane, of course, being one of them. And then, well, keyboard is, Donnie is not. These are players that, you know, we sort of invite over, allow them to have a little bit of fun here with North American Trackmania. But we are, I don't think we're live just yet. Unless we have been live, which in that case, that's a little embarrassing. But 3-1, yeah, I think we may be going into a reset here. It is a little tricky with the fact that the script hasn't loaded fully. That makes things a little bit tricky. Yeah, we are going to restart. So we should be good to go here very, very shortly. We will get into the festivities, of course. And then from there, well, it's going to be all on the table to see who actually has the has it in them to go all the way to the end. But if you've been keeping up with everything throughout the America's Draft League, you know that there have been some pretty strong squads, some of those who have probably struggled a good bit, and we have unfortunately had to get rid of a few of those teams as we get into the playoffs. We had 6, and we are now down to just the final 4, as we are getting the last couple of votes in. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be going live here. We'll just ignore that. With our first warm-up here, and it is going to be on BC5. Again, this is Flight and Double or Nothing. Yes, Flight and Double D. I apologize. Flight and Double D will be battling it out, and of course we will leave Double or Nothing to do what they need to do. But these teams, seeing how they've sort of grown and adapted over the course of this competition, it's incredible. I mean, honestly, with as long as these maps have been going on, with as many maps especially that these teams have been working with, it has really shown who is the team to be, and it shows you, how powerful the draft can be. And, the lineups are never the same year on year, and we will be getting the conclusion of who exactly is to be the fastest here in North America for another season. Of course, this will probably be, I would assume, the last big competition that these players will be in before we actually go over to Europe for XP Evo. I myself will be there as a caster. Thankfully, I will not be in charge of running the broadcast. I will just be there as a commentator, which is a definite win for me because, well, it's been a minute. But we will see these players here live about 20 more seconds before we fully get into everything. And I gotta say, I'm excited to see how this goes. This is the 1 and 3 ranked teams. Right now, the top 2 are separated by just a single point. But the end of warm-up is upon us. The match is going to be underway, ladies and gentlemen. Double D and Flight 1549. And it is all going to kick off here. We've had a couple of mistakes. Keyboard and Dan Starfall as well have had some issues here at the start, but thankfully we can get with the rest of the match here. Of course, a big wall of blue right now for Double D, showing that they are really one of the teams that you should be keeping an eye on. Josh and Jadon right now are leading the pack right now for blue. We have Fegley there in third, but he is going to be overtaken as Timmy's having some issues there. We'll run back up front. Ectochrome here in fourth right now. This is a very good start here for blue. 4 players, although Fegley has something to say about it, and he will just get to the line before Ectochrome in 5th. So not quite a 1, 2, 3, 4, but a 1, 2, 3 will see blue side getting that first point. Not the best start here for Flight, but that is not going to be a big problem. It's still, of course, very, very early on in this competition, and we still have plenty more matches to play. Well, because we've got 4 teams, they all need to play each other, and every single one of them need to settle their difference, or not settle the differences, but settle the score, really. But a great start again for Double D. Again, second place in ADL, only a point behind number 1. And it is Ectochrome making amends for previous rounds. And you can see just the lone red name of Cheese Lover. He's trying to find any way into the party as he can. We do have one of the Double D players having to bolt for the safe finish, but everyone else going risky here. And there's just one more. It is Starfall, who is falling off the pace right now for the opening stages of this match. But round 3 of 4, we are playing, or sorry, we're playing to 5. Sorry, I just came off of another competition, but oh, Sully pointing out a 6v7. I think that's a joke though with Starfall, but first to 5, and we'll go on, of course, to the next round. And it is a great start though. Again, this is sort of the impenetrable blue wall that we're seeing here, as Josh, Danny, Ectochrome are really sort of the top 3 for Double D right now, and it is going to be one of the players for Flight, Gonathan, getting caught up on the light pole, but not too much of a split. 1, 2, 3. It looks like, oh, it could have been 4 for blue side, but again, Cheese Lover breaking that up. Ectochrome not getting into it, but it will be another round win for Double D. But still, 4 maps left to play. We'll see how many points players, or the teams, are given. Of course, winning your map gives you +1 on the point counter. So it's about how many of those extra points. We have seen some 5-0s, we have seen some 4-1s, and some 3-2s. But a 5-0, especially for Double D on blue, that would be huge for them. That would allow them to close up on new Onyx. Of course, they'll want to overtake if they can have more of those points by the end of this tournament. They will be crowned the winners. I'll have to do some quick math to try and make that happen, but we'll ride on board here with Temmie. Look at all the blue. I don't think there's a single red name to be found up here. And Timmy's, unfortunately, he will just trip over the ledge, and what could have been an ace for Double D will have to settle for just a little bit less than that. But it has been a perfect start for them. 4 rounds in a row. And for Flight, they have yet to get off the ground. They're still stuck on the tarmac right now. Perhaps maybe this isn't the rapid choice. Maybe they wanted to do something a little bit different. But for the time being, they will just have to say, all right, you know what? We're not going to win this map. That's A-okay. We can maybe get some rounds next time. Of course, they are going to want to stay ahead of Double or Nothing, and they are. They have 11 points as of today, so that's a pretty big gap for them to overcome. They will, of course, be playing Double or Nothing later on in the tournament. Maybe we catch that, maybe we don't. I'll have to spread everything out. But it's a great start. Fegley again, one of the players from Flight who is trying to clear the skies right now. Here comes Nitro as well, and Josh will get overtaken by both Fegley and Nitro. Timmy's as well will get overtaken, but it doesn't matter. It will be map 1 going over to Double D as we head into map number 2. And I will take the time very quickly. If I can find it. There it is. D. If I can type. There we go. Perfect. But now on to Umia. This is one map that I myself have looked at with, I would say, a lot of starlight in my eyes, if that makes any sense. it's almost rare, it feels like, in competitive to actually see ice maps make it. And I don't mean, you know, a little bit of sectional ice, but I mean fully or almost fully formed ice maps. And it's something that I think should be maybe experimented with a bit more. I know that ice itself is definitely one of the most divisive surfaces I think we've ever had in Trackmania. And with the changes especially that have happened, we've had different stages and sort of the it's so over to we're so back, but it seems like these guys are getting themselves accustomed quite nicely. But thankfully, of course, Nadeo no longer to touch ice. They have said it themselves that they are not willing to touch ice. They are not going to, quote, fix anything as they have done in the past. So we will be stuck with this ice till the end of time. But at least with that, you can be more consistent. But it will be... I'm ready to see if Flight has any sort of response for Double D after getting 5-0'd on the first map. We are getting to the end of warm-up, 10 seconds to go, and I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot of that, not just from Nitro, but I'm sure everyone else. We should be seeing a good bit of sliding out here. But folks, the first round of Umia by Doogie. Can't say I'm too surprised that Doogie has made an ice map, but folks, prepare for everything as Jadon just PFs right into the hole. I think he knew exactly what was going to go down. Maybe wanted to give Flight 1549 a chance to get something out of it. But Josh with the slide out will go as far forward as we can. Keyboard sliding out. It is a much different spread compared to last map. This might be the map that Flight has practiced the most, ensuring that their players are up for the challenge that comes with ice. This is the first time we have seen the potential of Flight to take a round win. It is Toronto currently, and Timmy's trying to hold off everybody, but they are sliding all over the place. It will be Timmy's who cannot get the grip there, and this will be the first round that Flight sees on this match. It's a great showing, though. I believe, what, 1, 2, 3, yeah, look at that. All the way, everything they'd ever need. If they can keep that up, they can keep it close. But into the next round, again, first to 5. And right now, it is pretty even. Double D with the advantage. This uphill drift, or uphill slide, rather. Gotta make sure you have just enough speed. Dazzle very close to the wall there, almost making contact, but gets out of it. We do see a slide out from 1549, but still, as it stands, they do have the point advantage if things are to stay. Sumi, everything he's got right now, battling with Keyboard. As Keyboard almost slides out, he barely catches it, but he's going to completely compromise his line. Then there's going to be another slide out. It is Timmy's. He will not get that first place. He was on for it, but just a little bit too much. Those tires could not grab how they would have liked. And from first all the way down to 12th here. But now Flight turning the tables around, going up 2-0 here over Double D. Still keeping an eye on the new Onyx and Double or Nothing. They are still 0-0. As they are probably a bit closer in terms of skill than these two guys. But then again, that could be a map-by-map basis. As we're just getting slide outs left, right, and center. Dazzle, Timmy's, Jadon. We'll go with Jadon here up at the front, running with Spec right now. Dueling it over P1, and that's a line Jadon does not want to take. He's going to fully respawn that one. And Timmy's again with the slide out, again and again. This has been the turn I think that's caused him the most problems. And Flight, it's like they're being handed these rounds. We could be on for another 5-0 here. We're right on board here with Cosmos, as he gets very close to the pole there. Oh, Danny with the touch over the platform is going to slow him down a little bit. Double slide out there in front of Cosmos. That's going to give him a couple more spots. Timmy's, he has to get this to work. This has been a map that it looks like he's so good on right up until the end, and then right as he gets to that last turn, he just sends it a little too hard. I think he might just have a little too much speed, and that completely ruins the round for him. But it won't matter because of just the sheer field dominance that Flight has. So they will grab yet another round here. Going up 4-0. And you got to imagine this is what they were hoping for following the 5 and out. But I gotta say, with 2 ice players on your team, 2 dedicated ice mains, I can't say that I'm all too surprised here. But potentially the last round of Umia coming up right now. Double D looking for any sort of response. And right now, the point advantage goes back to Flight. Ooh, a slide out there from Not Duct. Ooh, Cosmos as well, almost sliding out, but recovering it perfectly. Author Time, Nitro, Timmy, Dazzle, Josh, Sumi, Spec. They're all running up there, and I think that was a mistake, I believe, from Nitro. Cosmos, a great overview of what's happening, though, right now. And it is Keyboard Abuser in first. We're going to try and get a little higher up. Sumi perfectly giving us that. He has overtaken the inside line. It will not be enough for Keyboard, and it will be Flight 1549 striking back against Double D. They will go from getting 5-0 to being the ones 5-0ing on the second map, folks. We are not going to be seeing a 5 and out, but we are on track right now for a potentially a 3-2. We could go all the way to the last map just to see who gets the majority of the points here. We could, of course, also see a 4-1. But your next map is going to be High Roller by Noisia. We'll see how everybody sort of handles this one. Again, it's first to 5. I have had a little bit of a chance to play and well, mostly just watch how the maps are played. I haven't played them as much. Just life in the way, but I got to give credit to the mappers here. They have really put together something that is quite exciting and very, very close in terms of competitiveness, and also just how quickly things can go sideways when you get it wrong. And I mean, that's the nature of competitive maps, but just seeing what people are able to create year on year, it seems like just when you thought you've seen everything, somebody somewhere goes, hey, I got this really cool map idea. And even with the same, you could give all these mappers for ADL the same set of blocks, and I promise you that they will make something different every single time. But again, this is the end of ADL Season 3. The last big competition, I would say, in North America, Central South for the year. Although, if there is, of course, other ones, I would not mind being a part of it any way I can. But we'll see how this goes. We've had 2 5-0s already. You wonder if there's going to be a third 5-0. And if that trend continues, then we could be seeing Double D get 3 points here. And again, keep in mind, they are playing, these teams are playing for most points by the end of everything. Standings-wise, though, it is Double D on top with 50. Then it's New Onyx Players Empire 49, Flight 1549 with 37, and then Double or Nothing with 26. So to say that it's over would be, I'd say, a terrible thing, a terribly awful take. But into the first round of High Roller we go. First of many. Of course, there are the potential for draws depending on how everybody is laid out. But after the first couple of checkpoints, Double D right now in the lead. You can see all the blue names up there. We'll get an overhead view of this. Everybody's so close to each other, though. Cosmos having to respawn. It's Josh and Jadon, the top two. Flimsy as well getting in this. Danny and Keyboard Abuser. Jadon, though, as I say that, is going to make a clip. He's going to fall down the order here. Sumi in the thick of it right now as he gets 1, 2, and I think almost a third overtake, but it will be Double D grabbing those crucial points here. Take that first round away from Flight. You can see the sort of the skill split, though. Everybody, there are team captains who have gone ahead and, you know, picked out what players they want and seeing who they can get after maybe a choice of theirs was taken. But we are... It's always a surprise to see what ADL brings to the table. Year on year, you never know exactly who's going to be the winner at the end of it. If you just kept the same teams, it'd probably get boring. Oh, Sumi having to respawn along with Cheese and Danny. So we are getting a lot of mistakes here. Another round for Flight, or rather, first round for Flight, as we do see one of the Halcyon players going off. I believe that was who was that? Oh, that was Flimsy, I think. Yeah, Flimsy was looking good. That might have potentially been around for Double D, but it will be Flight that does find themselves with some extra points in the bag. 1-1 here after 2 rounds. Perhaps those first 2 maps were maybe the choice picks for these teams. Try to see how much of an advantage they can get early on and see if they can get that to hold all the way through. Right now, Josh leading the way for Double D. Danny's right behind him, although Gonathan has made a claim on P2, but will fall down. All the top 5 right now is looking blue. It's a great round so far for Double D. Jonathan trying to get anything. Fegley's now into the mix, but it will not matter, as it is 1, 3, and 4 that'll set up Double D beautifully. A huge point gain compared to the competition. Even with 2 red players sneaking their way into the top 5, it will not matter. You can see the point split. Only 2 double-digit points for Flight. The rest of them over onto Double D. But for Double D, this is looking a little tricky. We are seeing that back and forth. Keep in mind, it's the points you gain are based off of which maps you win. Right now, overall, the split is 1-1. And Flight trying to find anything they can to get into this. They need these points. They're not in quite a desperate situation, but just based solely on the standings if they want to maybe close in, maybe have a shout at top 2. Well, they're going to have to be getting rounds right here, but right now it is Josh leading the way. Keyboard Abuser from Split is down in 11th, and that is where he will stay as Double D now. First team to get a 2-point advantage on High Roller. Again, you can see that this might be one of the maps that the High Roller team maybe wasn't 100% on. I mean, at the very least, they got their worst map out of the way early, but it seems as though pain may continue to follow them. As, ooh, I see Sumi was way back there. I don't know what was going on. Maybe just didn't start. Keyboard's making touches. It doesn't matter, though. The rest of his team is there to pick up the slack, as he will get swamped a few positions. Now battling with Sully Run up here with Cosmos. See a couple of his teammates just ahead. He's trying to get some overtakes. If they can find a way to break into the top 3, this would be their round. But, oh, double touch there coming in. Doesn't matter, though. Double D with another round. We could be seeing the 5-1 coming out here in this this first round. Or, sorry, this third map. So this is great for Double D, extending their advantage a little bit more each time. Their pace has been fantastic. The mistakes, few and far between for, I'd say, most of them. There are a few players who are not quite up to par, but then again, when you have as potent as a lineup as these guys do, it is not the biggest problem. Speaking of problems, one of the, I believe that was a flight player crashing into the pole, so that'll send him way, way back. But despite the gaggle of red names that we see up here, they cannot find a way to get a point on their side. It is still Double D right now through the checkpoints, who will hold on. There is Jadon up there in front with, I believe, Fegley. No, it was Jonathan, but folks, it won't matter here for map number 3. It goes the way of Double D. They will take a 2-1 advantage here as we head into the next map for the season finale of America's Draft League. You can see Josh putting up 79 points here for his team, throwing everybody on his back. You can see his personal best, 2 tenths beyond that. But from forwards to backwards, it's drive me backwards. Maybe driving some of these guys crazy. But not often that we see a backwards map in competitive. It's almost like a, I don't even know. It feels almost sacrilegious. It feels unholy to do such a terrible, terrible thing. But we have made it work. Of course, backwards, relying heavily on the speed drifting, but not in the sense that we see it with full speed, where it's important to see how much overlap you can get with the tires. Here on backwards, it's actually sort of the opposite up until you get to the higher speeds. You can, if you check the lines of Author specifically as we stay here on board, it's a little hard to see. But you can tell that the front and the rear skids are not actually going to be too close to each other. And just for the reason, of course, of backwards and the game engine and how everything is calculated, it is much better to keep those skid marks wide. Yeah, you can see here, especially with keyboard. Not too wide, though. So there is, of course, a smoothness to it. Much the same way that regular full speed is, but here on backwards driving, it is a little bit more lenient in what it'll give you, and keyboard, of course, showing that you can indeed drive this map forward. Don't know why they aren't. It's clearly faster. Sorry, it's Josh getting stuck in the weirdest spots. Oh yeah, we can see, yeah, especially with cheese. We'll get a really good overview of it when we go into overhead. But looking at the standings currently, I haven't seen an update from Double or Nothing and New Onyx. It's still showing as 0-0. I don't know if they haven't played yet or if it's just the fact that I'm here that's only giving us updates. But the overhead view, you can see the skid marks are not as close as you would expect with the likes of full speed. But with cheese, we have a crash there early on. Quite a quiet race, I will say. It's a little jarring at first when you're doing it. Even playing, I'm still kind of surprised. But we are seeing a pack pulling away of Josh and Danny. Toronto right now, it is 1-4 right now for the blue side. Oh, and it is going to be Toronto going for that safe finish. It won't matter, though, as Cheese comes across the line in 5th. But I think overall it will... Oh, no, it is going to be Flight grabbing that first point. Yes, oh, some big mistakes there coming in towards the end. So even with that 1 in 4, it wasn't enough to overcome the depth or overcome the point total that Flight put in. But backwards is definitely not something we see a lot in competitive. I think without, of course, a legitimate map that is solely backwards, I don't think I've ever seen a dedicated backwards map. We've had backwards sections, of course. I know last year, whoa, big hit there. Toronto's out of this round. I believe one of the maps from last year's Trackmania World Tour had a backwards section to it, but besides that, it was pretty much forward from here on. But, woo, Sully, a little too much speed going into this. Big Cow not getting speed on the uphill, but he will get overtaken by his teammate. But it is going to be a 1-2-3 for Flight, so they will grab that point again. So this is the exchange. This is the blow for blow. Cheese and Keyboard not getting to the finish. So going into, if this stays, if this trend continues, we will most likely obviously have a 3-2 split, but we could see something more. We'll just have to keep an eye, though, on everything to ensure that we do get that 5th map, and we'll see how that plays into the standings. If I actually pull it up here, ooh, big hit. I believe that was not Ectochrome, thank goodness. That might have been one of the Ice guys, but we are seeing Keyboard and Danny going into the finish. Ectochrome hit something, but it will be around for Double D finally getting something for their troubles. 2-1 right now is the split. But right now with Double D, if they can get those 3 points, they'll be at 53, and Flight will be at 39. Of course, it is New Onyx and Double or Nothing as well that we have to keep mind of. What a great start. Author Time and Keyboard running side by side. Keyboard almost going into the water there. We'll get up ahead with Danny, as he's got Toronto to deal with, his teammate. But of course, he wants to get ahead of Cheese, and we do see Keyboard making a critical mistake. He's going to have to respawn that. That gives Cheese a chance to crash into the wall. Author Time up and into the finish. He'll get it, and it will be a point, potentially for Double D, depending on how everything else goes. Keyboard very happy that his team is able to pick up another point here after what happened. Getting into that crash. Cheese as well. Making a mistake there at the end, but it is 2-all here on Drive Me Backwards. But into the 5th round, it is Josh leading the way. Zerudovis from Poland right now, making a very solid claim here on, looks to be about P6, and as I say that, he doesn't get that drift, so he's going to just immediately fall backwards. We'll go with Sully, who is getting some overtakes done. He's eyeing up Sin right now, and in the lead, Josh trying to hold off the competition, and that he does. Double D will grab their 3rd round in a row after losing 2 to Flight. They have responded 3 unanswered. And it will be, ooh, double DNFs for Drive Me Backwards. A little upsetting. They're not able to get those points. Might have flipped the table. And that's sort of the thing with Backwards, is that it is not a style that many people play on a regular basis. Full speed, sure, but Backwards not so much. And you can see what can happen like that. Just slide right out and into the wall. But this is definitely a style that is reserved mostly, I've noticed, for Cup of the Day. Not so much with competitive, again, unless it's a small section, but to have a whole map just for that is rare. And even when people are making maps and they do backwards as maybe a joke, they don't so much see the potential that backwards truly gives, so they kind of just make it as is. But 4 rounds in a row for Double D. But Flight needs to find 3 rounds here if they want to get another point in this this map. But more crashes coming in. Great start from Double D. Keyboard, Danny. Oh, I think Keyboard just had a crash. He did. And it's Ectochrome. Right now, Author Time, Fegley, Big How, Cheese Lover, and Zeru all getting their hats in the ring here. And we will be seeing, I believe that was Cheese, or not Cheese, sorry, one of the blue side players, I believe, having a crash there. But Fegley will go for the risky, so will Josh. Danny settles for the safe finish. But folks, that's going to be the third round for the third map for Double D, winning it 5-2 here on Drive Me Backwards. And we will have one final map after this before we go to a break. I'll try to get a read. Or no, sorry, we're not. I'm kidding. Completely missed that one up. We are alive again for Flight. Somehow they get that point. Oh, and a big crash out for Fegley. That's not going to do him any favors. It's a 1-2-3 right now. Or no, sorry, it isn't. It's a 1-2-4-5 right now for Double D. It's only Author Time right now that is splitting the party up, as we do see a split player getting onto the platform there. It is a 1-2 right now for Double D into the uphill, into the risky finish. They go, and it will be 1-2 for Double D, and they will get the round this time of asking. It was on for Flight 1549, but unfortunately grounded at the last hurdle. So now it is Double D taking a 3-1 overall advantage. No, it's not. I'm getting Jabati'd again. How does this happen twice in a row? There has to, you know what? I think I'm reading the top side a little too quickly, because it came in right at the end. So perhaps there was just one final point that they needed, and it worked out perfectly. But for all, Flight has brought this one back. But if trends are to be believed, they will only get to and fail at the end. And right now, that is exactly what is happening, as we have oh so many blues up in the lead right now. Josh close to the wall. He'll go for the risky. Danny will go for the safe. Then it is going to be Big How and Dazzle Alec. I think that should do it. I don't think there's any way, shape, or form that Flight can come back from this and win. And it is going to be the GGs, as we will see. Yeah, you can see the point split. My God. Drive Me Backwards going the way of Double D. Danny, 93 points. Insane. Josh with 87 and Toronto with 76. Domination from them, and it will be Campar for our last map here between these two teams. Double D looking to extend their advantage over New Onyx Players Empire as much as they can. Before today, it was separated by a single point. But as many as they can get, as many maps as they can get will help them out. Remember, it is whoever has the most points by the end of today will be crowned the winner. And right now, it really is between Double D and New Onyx. For Flight and Double or Nothing, they are fighting for third place. We are, and it is Fullspeed. We are having some player issues here. saying that we could get a restart to get another warm-up, which, of course, I am absolutely fine with. But we are seeing a map that is the same as the last one, but now it's forward, and, of course, full-speed players are certainly not a rare bunch. Fix bitrate. I am currently at... What is my bitrate at? It should be at... where's it at? Oh, that's terrible. Alright, I have fixed the bitrate. I have, like, tripled it. So, we should be good. I thought I had it set to 6,500, and it was at 2.5. That's dumb. Well, hopefully that's better. You're welcome, Timmy's. Timmy's, good job. Good job today with the other thing you did. I was rooting for you a little bit, sort of. Alright, it looks like Spec telling them that flight is ready. Hopefully Double D is ready. I don't think we'll be seeing a warm-up, or sorry, a restart. I think we're just going to get right into it, folks. The last map for these two teams here on Campar. Double D has taken home the majority of the points. They're up 3-1 overall, and Arthann is gone from the map. Josh, Danny, Keyboard, Ekta. Oh, I thought I would say Danny was up there. Danny is gone, so it's Josh and Keyboard, then it's Sin, Ectochrome, and Outlaw. We'll go with Cosmos. He's got a great overview of everybody in front of him, of course. Probably not what he wants, but he will have to settle for that, but it will be around for Double D. Zeru having some trouble. Stuck quite a ways back. He's not going to have enough time to finish, and I think Arthann, yeah, he got to the finish line. So 1 DNF coming in for Flight. Double D getting that first point here. 4 round wins to go, and then they will have 4 points in the bag as they square up for their next match, which will be against Onyx. We may watch that one. The top 2 teams going at it would be quite exciting. The other match will be Flight and Double or Nothing, and then Onyx has to play Flight, and Double D has to play Double or Nothing. So at the very least, we will see some of these teams again. But right now it is still the point for Double D, as Flight struggling to get the overtakes here, and it will stay as such. Zeru in 12th. Double D stretching their legs here. This is definitely their territory. Going pretty decent. All those double-digit points going their way. That's exactly what they need. Round number 3, though. Flight needs a response here. They almost brought it back on backwards. Maybe try to replicate that, take a point. Maybe if they're able to grab this map off of Double D, maybe that's enough for Onyx by the end of this to get the crown, but it's Arthann and Zeru both falling off the platform. And Zeru having problems on the turnover. We'll go with Spec right now, but look at all the blue names as Outlaw decides to get comfortable with the pole, and Big How is, well, getting a little bit too ambitious there on the inside. But it's Spec, Sumi, and Sin, but just not enough. The top 5 covered in blue names. The only 2 that didn't, Outlaw, Big How, but it doesn't matter. And Zeru just slamming the finish in frustration. Oh, we've got an update to the new Onyx match. They have somehow finally won the first map. I'm wondering, maybe they started late. Map score here currently is 3-1 in favor of Double D. First map, they 5-0'd. Second map, they got 5-0'd. Third map was a bit closer. Fourth map went all the way to round number 9. And right now, Double D is on for making a 4-1 start here to the day. They would have liked that 5-0, but they'll just settle for what they can get. They're already in first in the ADL, so it really doesn't matter, but into the finish again. This isn't even racing for Double D at this point. This is formation flying. There is not a single higher spot that Flight can really get. They are being completely shut out, it feels like, each round. There might be a player occasionally, but it really is just double or nothing show here on Campar. But last map here, potentially the last round. And if those first 4 are anything to go off of, then we might be just seeing the end of this. Although Flight, there is always the possibility that somehow, some way, we find ourselves going all the way to a 9th round. But Double D, the only red players, it's Spec, there's Cosmos behind him, and Gonathan right now running in P2. He cannot catch Josh, try as he might, and there's just a horde of Double Ds behind him, and who wouldn't want that? But it will be Double D 5-0ing here on Campar. GG's for them. They will go 4-1 overall here in this match. They have new Onyx to look forward to. And speaking of new Onyx, folks, I think we'll go bother them, see how they're doing. But GG's, of course. I'm gonna make sure I grab that, because I will definitely need that soon. But that is match number 1 done and dusted. That is certainly not the password, but thank you. There we go. All right. So we'll see how this is going. I think they might have just started. And we are on BC 5. Looks like there may be double or nothing, maybe down. Try and make that look as snazzy as possible. Almost works. There we go. Alright, I think, I don't know if we're missing players. I'm assuming that's what's happening. Because right now, unless they're done, they may be done. But according to eCircuit Mania, I'm not seeing any updates for these guys. It's still showing as 1-0. Ah. Side is dummy on. Alright, so double or nothing got 5-0'd. Which means that, if my math is to be correct, I'm fairly certain that we may be tied in points with Double D and with new Onyx. But I think, folks, instead we'll take a short break. We have a little bit of time before the next matches begin. New Onyx versus Double D, Flight versus double or nothing. But folks, we're gonna take a short break. When we come back, I will decide who it's gonna be. Not gonna tell you, but keep it locked. Food, drink, bathroom, whatever you might need. But yes, most importantly, please keep it locked. America Draft League Season 3 is back in just a few. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. We're just gonna get right into it. We're a little late to the party, but that's okay, because I have been here. People are excited to see me. Hello, Quiberson. Oh yes, let me there we go. So we may have glorious sound once again. We may be a little bit late. Apologies for that, but we are going to be spectating over Nope and Flight. I know we just saw Flight unfortunately not get into the skies in their last match, but they have so patiently waited for me. What a bunch of legends. I love that. But right now Nope is in desperate need for some points here. They want to close the gap up as much as possible, try and take home that crown. But we shall see. I'm going to assume that ECM is... Oh god. Oh god. I'm not trained for this. They didn't train me for this. But yeah, we are going to see from these two teams who has the ability to overtake, or rather, who has the ability to get the points that they need right now. Standings-wise, though, Nope for the playoffs has really shown Flight how it's done, as they are currently, as last time we checked, they were ahead by about 9 or so points. We'll see if they're able, if Flight rather is able to find a way in, or if not. Thank you, Chitna. Wow, what a odd thing to say, that you definitely don't know me. But good to see you guys. Hopefully your break was good. Hopefully you guys are ready for some more America's Draft League action here. It's the last day of playoffs, and as a reminder, whoever has the most points, whichever team has the most points overall by the end, will be crowned the winner. So not like other competitions where it's last man standing or first man to first. It is based on the points you get per round or per map, will determine your overall point take home. And it is the lads over at Double D that are leading the way, although Nope did pull off a 5-0. So if my math is to be believed, I think they should be tied with Double D going into this one. But the last few seconds of warm-up are ticking away. Folks, BC5 once again going to be the starting point for this contest. New Onyx Players Empire in Flight 1549. To get your boarding passes, folks, because this is about to go off here. Although we do have some mistakes already coming out from the Flyboys, so this may be Nope's round. Of course, you look at their lineup. They've got Speedy, they've got Inko, Odaz, Obi, Quiberson. I mean, you've got some pretty big names who are racing for Nope. Some very talented players, especially on the side of Flight 1549 Nitro. Of course, I have absolutely no bias towards him at all. We did see 1549 play before we went to break, and they gave Double D a little bit of a run for their money at one point, but at the end they just ran out of steam too early. But Nope will grab this first round. Remember, first to 5. So we'll have to see if we can get some more 5-0s, or if not. Trackmania has yet to update. I think something happened with the relaying of information through the plugin, but it still shows that Nope is playing double or nothing, which clearly they are not, but I'm sure that'll get sorted out soon-ish. but so far it's been a pretty good start across the board. Not too many drivers making mistakes, maybe little trips here and there, but really nothing to cry about. But it is a big line of blue right now. A lot of nopes denying the likes of Fegley from getting any higher. Same with Starfall. And I think we do have another round for Nope. Nitro having to respawn, Obi as well, and I don't think Nitro has enough time to make it to the finish. No, he will not. Be a DNF for him. And yes, I know that some players like Nitro may not be NCSA, but you know, they have, I believe they have been invited to compete, and I know that some of the flags look a little different from what you might expect, and you know, Trackmania will just change our flag because we can. But so far, it's some wide lines coming out from some of the no players. Speedy and Obi battling with Gonathan. Odaz there as well to support, but here comes Nitro and Starfall, and even Cheese trying to get Flight on the board. They want to avoid the 5-0 in the first map. It happened one time. They'd like to avoid it a second time, but currently as checkpoint standings go, this will be a round for Nope. Nitro was very shaky there on the end, and from an almost guaranteed 4th down to 7th, Nope grabbing the 3rd round in a row for their side of the thing, or their side of the coin. But into the 4th round here on BC5. It seems like Nope has this start down pretty well. I think 1549 is struggling. I think this might be their problem map. Players trying to grab some grip on the ring there. I think Nitro just missing out on that. Was luckily able to get it gathered up. Gonna cross the beams here. No brakes, so that's why you're seeing a lot of releasing. Speedy and Odaz. Here's Cheese. 6th position right now. He's trying to get around everybody, as we do see. I believe that was Obi. It was going off there, getting a little too much speed and getting some air, having to, I believe, respawn. But it will not matter, as Nope grabbing round number 5. Away from another round that could have gone the way of 1549. Not gone as such, but if the map order is to maintain how it was in the first map, I believe we could be seeing Flight grabbing map number 2, Umia. But of course that was against one opponent, not this opponent, as somebody goes right into the flagpole. But Speedy doing exactly what his name suggests. Shooting right past Cheese, who is getting hounded by Odaz and Quiverson. Alex as well getting into the mix. Pushing Cheese all the way down into 5th position. As quickly as he got up there, he's been demoted. And here comes his teammate Gonathan, who will get the overtake. But folks, it will be the 5-0 for Nope. Speedy. Another gear drop. Incredible. But Flight, we saw this last time with their match against Double D, so perhaps Umia will go a little bit differently. Of course, that was the map that they were locked in on, that they knew that they could control easily. Again, this ice map, some of these turns deceptive, can slide out quite easily. But we will go into warm-up here. And from that, we will go into the live rounds. But this is one map that I think may divide the ADL teams on whether or not it should be around. I personally am all for an ice map, a fully ice map, and competitive. I think that is amazing, that it's something that maybe is done a little bit more, much like we saw with Drive Me Backwards. I would not mind more backwards comp maps. I think that is definitely something you could show people who are getting into TM. It's like, hey, you don't have to drive forward to go fast. You can drive fast going backwards. Even just that statement in a vacuum kind of piques your interest. You're like, well, what in the world do you mean you don't have to drive forwards to go fast? We do have that 2-minute warm-up. But nope, in the lead with the 1-0 overall map count advantage. Flight will look to respond here. We'll see how well Nope has prepared for this. Speedy saying that ECM is cursed because of his team, which, you know what? It didn't work in their last match against Double or Nothing. It still says it's 1-0, so I believe it. But the last 12 seconds of warm-up is upon us. Nope with the map advantage, 1-0 over Flight. Flight having deja vu from their last round against Double D, getting 5-0'd on their first map. But second map, maybe they can turn their luck around. But we'll have to see if Nope is a different kettle of fish to fry compared to Double D, and that is looking like it is. Because they are having less and less errors. As I say that, a lot of players starting to slide out. Miggy, though, really starting to give Spec a run for his money. Here's Nalix as well, getting into the thick of things. Zeru and Nitro. Sumi as well, and Author Time. But currently, this is looking like Flight's round. If they can keep everything going, Miggy's going to get a little bit loose there. Quiverson as well, sliding out, but recovers it. He's going to graze the wall here, but into the finish. Quib goes to 8th. And that will be a round for Flight, as we do have the last couple of drivers coming in, if they can even make it around the corner. And it wouldn't have mattered. You can see just how many of Nope's players did not make it. So this might have been the map that, if Flight knew about this map before everybody got drafted, then that would have been a fantastic bit of well, I guess the word is eggs in a basket. Kind of threw everybody into the ice map, which is definitely a choice. But if it's just by happenstance that they have pretty much all of the ice players, or at least the good ice players, then you know what? I don't think they're going to be too upset about that. We still have players who are having problems there in the background, but it is 1, 2, 3, 4 right now for, or rather, sorry, 1, 2, 3 for Red Team as Spec slides out. That'll bring Sumi and Zeru up. Beadshare, Nalix, Miggy, Nitro, Obi, and Quib, your top 8, but I am not seeing a lot of blue points being higher than red, so Flight on track to do it again. And hopefully it's not scripted. I haven't read the script, so I couldn't tell you, but Sox and Knockduct doing the exact same thing. Gotta say, mighty impressed with that one, as Quiverson is having all sorts of problems. So we'll run up here with Nalix right now. He is in the middle of the fight for P1. It's Sumi, then Bead, Spec, Nitro, Nalix. Red Team split up a little bit, and Miggy is behind to support in case somebody slides out. If we do see any big slide outs, it'll either be here or in the last corner. That has been the big problem. Nalix is going to touch. He's going to be completely out of form. Nitro with the slide out. He'll recover it and somehow cross the line ahead of Nalix. And Flight, I think this is their round again. Yes, it is. So Flight, 3-0 at the moment here on Umia. And if we take a look at the standings right now, Double D has absolutely destroyed the little bridge that Nope had made, because their point total now sits at 57 compared to Nope's 51. If that has been properly updated. So we could be seeing Double D getting crowned as champions by the end of the day. Of course, they are still embroiled with a match of epic proportions, to say the least. But another round comes in for Flight. This really is their map. It's not updated. The points should be tied before this round. I was right. I did say that they should be tied. So I don't know where 57 came from. Alright, we're going to call it tied for first place. So disregard what I said about Double D doing Double D dings. But 4-0 here on Umia for Flight. They are looking to close it out with a clean sweep, as they did last time out against Double D. Hello, Trackmania and CSA. Oh yes, I forgot Caster Command is a thing. We won Ice against Double or Nothing. Well, that just makes sense. It's just that easy. But currently, Flight on track to win the fifth round here on Umia, and a slightly wonky line from Nalix. We'll see if anybody slides out in the end. No, they will not. It'll be clean for the top 5. Knockduck, Nitro, Miggy. Rounding it out, you can see all the red names coming through as well. Author Time sliding out. I think he could have recovered that. I don't know why he respawned, but it will not matter, folks. Flight 5-0ing on Umia. It almost feels like that's what it should be. Alex having some choice words and everyone else enjoying the map. So Flight gets back into it. 1-1 overall on the map count. Winky to everybody. Winky, Ailey, good to see you again. And we'll be on High Roller. We'll see if Flight's able to get ahead, because this is what happened last time. They got 5-0'd on the first map, 5-0'd their opponents on the second map, and then from there they just completely lost the plot and did not get another round after that. So maybe against Nope it'll be a little different. Author Time being chanted upon from the stands, and some encouragement, if you will. But High Roller, this one is, I feel like this might be, I don't know. I feel like this may be one of the easier maps, it looks like, in this set of 5. At least from my perspective. I could be totally wrong. Maybe the backwards map is the easiest one. But just about 60 seconds to go here in warm-up. And Nope is looking to respond after the 5-0 loss on Umia. Although Flight would love to get more than one map. Need some Herculean effort because of Nope's standings overall going into playoffs. I mean, even in the regular season, they ended up first. 362 points compared to Double D's 351. Flight was at 297, and Double or Nothing was 252. So going into playoffs, the point split really isn't too surprising. But of course, anything can happen. There's always chances for the underdogs to make something happen. But warm-up is over, folks. We are getting into the first round here on High Roller. 1-1 is your map count for these two teams, and Nope wants to try and stretch their legs if they can catch up to Double D, maybe overtake. By the time we get to the end, depending on how that goes, I think we may have to watch the top two go at it. And some very minimal mistakes from these players. It's been a pretty solid start across the board, I think barring one or two. But it is setting up for Flight's point here as Cheese is jumping all over the shot, trying to get some camera time. But into the finish, the top 8 separated by just under 0.6 of a second, and ultimately it will be the first round going over to Flight. See if they can cook something here, trying to deny Nope some points as well. I think mathematically they are on the verge of not being able to beat Nope. Or they might be out of it entirely, but at the very least, they want to make that top spot as difficult for Nope as possible. But this first round is showing that Nope is in control. There were a couple of mistakes from their side. Oh, and another, I think that was not Fegley. I believe that was Sin that fell off from cooking to getting cooked. Has fallen off, but into finish we go. Speedy dropping a 43-3. And I think split-wise, it will be another round for Flight. This is a great turnaround from their last match. Shoutouts Quiverson for dropping 4s across the board. Absolute legend. NT. Do we have a late start? Oh, no, we have superior bead internet. Gotta love it. But we'll ride on board with Sin here. Gets very close to the wall. We have seen a couple players already completely flip at that point. I don't know if Sin got a little bit of a grazing blow to it or not, but he has lost some time to everybody else. On board with Cheese, as I do that, decides that the light pole is his best friend. So Odaz surely will not make a mistake. He's definitely one of the more consistent drivers I think I've seen in competition when it comes to NCSA. And he will keep it clean into the end. And Nope, getting their first point here. Bead, wow. Caster should enable points on the top leaderboard. I don't know how to do that. But it will be a point for Nope. No, Bead has ripped in. Okay, well, I think we'll just leave Bead alone. I think that's probably okay. We'll leave Archer alone. I think that's the best call. Oh, Sumi got way too much speed on the uphill. He had a release for that one. If he didn't, he would have crashed. He's trying to stay with that leading pack of Speedy and it looks like Quib as well. Obi, Odaz, oh, and there goes Quib. I think Quib just fell. No, it was not Quib. It was Obi. But Flight fighting back, getting some overtakes. Here comes Archer though. Archer with 1 overtake and 2 as well. Takes Sin to the line, right into the jump. And it will be Flight though, thankfully, able to get the point, even with the connection of Bead. Even if Bead finished, I don't think it would have really mattered. We are having a not live rounds, so we will have a little bit of an intermission here as we sort out the problems for Bede. Yeah, author time. We know it's on any day that ends with a Y. Come on, we know you. But hopefully we'll be back here soon enough as Bede will leave the server. We'll see if we can get him to disconnect. Might fix the issue. But everybody just sort of having fun. I don't know. Should I join the donuts chat? Should I have some fun? Nah, I think I'll just stay in the booth. It's nicer in here. It's climate controlled and I'm not sitting in the car. Which I think is a dub. That's not allowed here. Nah, fun might be. Depends on who you ask. But you know what? The players are having fun, you know? We are in red team. That's some great HTML. Is it HTML? Yeah, it's HTML. Say sorry. Red is like not happy. You know what? I have to put in the password. Do I want to do that? I might. How's ADL been, Sharky? It's been good. We had the first match between Double D and Flight, which was a 4-1 in Double D's favor. It started with a 5-0 for Double D, then the next map was a 5-0 for Flight, and then from there it was all the Double D show. Nope, 5-0 to double or nothing, and if my math was correct, somebody said it earlier in chat, double or nothing, or sorry, not double or nothing, Double D and Nope are tied overall. We are currently in a bit of a pause, as Bean has been having some issues, so we're just waiting for Bede to come back. So players are just kind of being goofy, having fun. We are, you know what? I want to have fun, chat. I want to have fun. Alright, I'm doing the dings. I'm having fun. There we go. This is the best day ever. How often do you get to see the commentator have fun with the rest of them? But yes, we are currently waiting for Bede to return, and when Bede returns, I will go back into the booth fully. We're gonna do what I do best. We're gonna be contrarian and go the other way. But yes, we currently are in a bit of a pause as we wait for Bede's return, or somebody to fill in. I don't know what is going on over there, but we'll hopefully have that sorted out shortly. New car, yes. It's my Academy car skin. But after today, we will crown our America's Draft League Season 3 champion. Currently, it could be either Nope or it could be Double D. We'll have to see. I believe they will be playing each other. And personally, I am ready to see that one go down. Because there is nothing quite like watching the top two fight it out for supremacy. Oh, Bede is back. All right, boys, I gotta go back. I gotta leave. I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here, guys. I wasn't here. Everyone, look away from your screens. All right, you can look back now. But with Bede back in the game, I think everybody will DNF this round, and then we will get back into the action as everybody is circling. Waiting on Sumi, Archer, Quiverson, Cheese, and Sin, and now it's just Sin and Sumi, and now it's just Sumi. Alright, folks, we are back. Bede has returned, hopefully, with superior internet. And at the start, it looks like it has. Flight 3-1 right now here on High Roller, but overall map split is going to be 1-1. It was a 5-0 in the first map, a 5-0 in the second map, and we are seeing what happened to Flight, but opposite. So Flight's going to be looking to gain some major points here. Of course, diminish Nope's chances of winning ADL Season 3. But if Nope can find a way to claw it back, they could bring the fight to Double D. All these circles I see under my eyes. Yeah, really. Ain't that the truth. But first round back after Bede's technical change. We'll have Nope getting a point, closing that gap up to 1. So we'll see if they can crush Flight's dreams as Double D did before them. Into our 7th round, technically. We have a very good early advantage right now for Red, although the Nope players swarming like flies. You can see just almost forcing their way into this. They are going to retake the lead. Speedy, Quib, Odaz, and Bede. Looks like Bede found the Ethernet cord and plugged it back in. And he is showing his true pace. Sox in here as well with Sumi and Sin and Archer as well. And another round for Nope. Now firing on all cylinders. Nope needs as many points as they can get if they are to beat Double D in the last match of the day. Of course, right now, Double D is playing double or nothing right now. And Flight and double or nothing will have to fight it out to see who ends up 3rd overall in the standings. But it's a very solid start across the board for everybody. Only a couple of fall-offs here. Odaz, Obi getting a very weird line. Fegley as well. There's a respawn from Cheese, so he's going to be at the back of the grid. But riding on board with Sumi. Try as he might. He's got Gonathan and Sin for support as well as Cosmos, but it will not be enough as Nope will take another round here. Dragging this map back by the collar. And Flight was on for that second map win, but unfortunately, it is looking less and less likely. The better Nope can do here, the better chances they'll have compared to Double D in their last match. Start, it is still Nope leading the way. There's a ton of red players from Flight, but they cannot find the lanes to get ahead. Gonathan is up there. Cheese and Sumi hounding Sox and Odaz and Bede. Obi as well. Sin getting into the picture just barely, but a little bit wide for Cheese. It's going to completely ruin his line. And although it is going to be Gonathan who finishes in first, he has a whole entourage of Nope players behind him. And there should be Nope grabbing map number 3 to go up 2-1 here in the count. And they will do just that. Speedy dropping 106 points like it's nothing. Sox with 77. That is a gap and a half. I mean, there's practicing your map, and then there's that, and that is absolutely ridiculous. But folks, if you thought driving forwards was fun, how about we do it in another direction? How about that, eh? Drive me backwards. Fully backwards. Oh, Miggy got a blue screen. That's big. I guess TM is just too hard. But yes, on to this map. I always have a soft spot for maps that do something different. And I do consider backwards driving different. Because, I mean, you know, 99% of every map you play is forwards. So it's nice to do something different, especially in a competitive setting where the map is all backwards. And sometimes if you explore certain avenues, you will see backwards maps. Map review. But we're not worried about that. What we are worried about, though, is whether or not Flight can respond. Close to winning their the last map. But after being locked in and permanently glued down the B button for boost. Oh, that's why he's playing in a cardboard box underneath the turnpike. But we'll see how things pan out. I'm interested to see how well this goes for Flight, because this was definitely a map I think they kind of struggled on. We're still waiting on Miggy to get back in here. But hopefully we'll get into this very, very soon. I know it's getting to the end of warm-up, but everybody... Oh, can I press F1? Oh my god, I feel so important, chat. Hopefully me going, like, not into spec and actually just driving around in circles didn't, like, screw something up. Because that would not be funny. But we continue to wait for the one and only. My fellow statesman, Miggy. I'll see if I can find anything in relation to Double or Nothing and Double D. Nothing at the moment. I mean, to be fair, I think ADL, I think ECM is messed up because it's showing. The match we're playing right now is supposed to be the next match, but I guess they maybe worked something out. But we'll be back into it before you know it. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying ADL. I know we've had plenty of casters in the booth, and I am certainly honored to be part of it. It's always fun. Good to get some more practice in for a certain something. But yeah, this has been, it's always fun to see what ADL can achieve. Especially, I gotta say, draft night is always fun. It's always fun because there's so much chaos that happens. And you know, how quickly your entire lineup can get thrown out because, oh, you lost this guy. No, is Miggy back? Has the Migster returned? I don't see him. They lied. He's not back. No, we can restart again. Well, I'm sure the players appreciate a little extra warm-up. You know, now they don't really have to, you know, send it immediately. Certainly gets the jitters out, maybe gives them a little extra time to figure out maybe there's a corner and they struggle and gives them a little bit extra practice. Can Miggy make it back before this warm-up ends? Chat, place your bets. I say yes. I say yes. Hey, I was right. Let's go. Miggy has returned. We can play Drive Me Backwards. Miggy will get a minute of warm-up, though. Compared to everybody else. Which I'm sure he'll live. I don't think he'll be all too upset about that. But we got 30 seconds to go here, folks. Reminder, the overall map point distribution is 2-1 in favor of Nope, then it's Flight, who's, well, had some issues. They were almost able to close it out on map number 3, but unfortunately it was just not in the cards. But on to Drive Me Backwards. Flight trying to take as many points away from Nope as possible, but of course Nope wants to get as many points as they can, so when they go into their last game against Double D, they can make it absolute hell as much as they can. Currently, they are tied in points. If, I don't know if eCircuit Mania is correct, but my god. If we are to be correct, then we could see a all-out duel to the death, as it will, between Nope and Double D to be crowned ADL Season 3 champions. Right now, it is Fegley and Arthann leading it for Flight. Absolutely flying through this course right now, getting a little bit of drift. And they will continue to do that. And like a piece of mail, Fegley and Arthann just sending it into the finish. And Arthann trips over at the end, but it won't matter. Flight should get this round, though. I'm fairly certain they will. Yeah, they will. It was close. Only 5 drivers on track. Very interesting. But I'll take it. I'm just here to commentate. I don't get paid to give my opinion. But into the next round we go, and Fegley, from being the hero to being the downfall, potentially, of this round. Speedy, Cat, Curly Fries, 1 and 2 for them. Then it's Spec, Sin, Zeru, Cheese, and Arthann. Archer's there as well, and so is Nalix for Team Nope. But look at Speedy. Look at the gap he's already pulled out. It's got to be at least a few tenths as Nalix slides out. Arthann has caught up to Speedy. Then there's Cat. Then there's Spec. Sin with an overtake. He'll try to go for the drift. Gain a little more speed. But it will be the round for Flight again, as Sully sulks his way, will not grab the checkpoint. Oh no, it's a draw. Wow, first time we've seen a draw today. Current map score is 2-1 in favor of Nope. Alex, giving you some crucial updates. Big shout outs to Alex. Of course, being Alex. Also saying, hey, ADL question mark. I was like, yep. We love you, Alex. You do so much for North and Central and South America. It's really hard to put into words how grateful we are for everything you do. But we're getting to the end here right now. It is Cat Curly Fries all by himself. And it looks like a score of Flights will come in behind him. And I think that will be, hopefully, the round for Flight and not a draw. I just work here. Same. But we are into round number 4. So we had that draw last round. And if you're Flight, this is great. You need to keep Nope from getting any points. You want to try to get 3 overall on the map, or on the map counter. And right now, Nope starting to mount a bit of a charge here. Sin trying to get through the field, but losing some speed on the turnaround. Speedy up ahead. He's got Author Time with him. Fegley, Cat Curly Fries, Bede, Nalix, Archer, Sully. That's going to be top 8. You can see Miggy blasting through. Same with Breakless. And Sin makes a clip on the side. So does Cheese. Zero will just peek through. But nope, picking up around here. Finally on Drive Me Backwards. Caster issue. Dude, Caster skill issue. But nope, on the board here. Round 5. And to think this could have been almost done. We could have almost been on to the last map, but that draw has extended it just a little bit. And now Nope is starting to show... Oh, Nalix going sideways there. That's not the idea. Oh, Author Time respawning. Interesting. I think he might have had a slightly wonky entry into that. That might be why he had to respawn. Speaking of respawns, how long is this checkpoint? Oh my god, it goes on forever. But Spec, Fegley, and Speedy into the finish. Speedy will overtake Spec, but will not get around Fegley. Then it's Bede, Archer, Cat, Miggy, Sully. Zeru still making his way to the end. And I think there will be just enough time. No, there will not. He will not make it. Neither will Cheese. So another round for Nope. They are getting very, very comfortable here for Nope. Oh, it's Zeru already off the start. He's going to respawn it. He knows he won't have enough speed. And Speedy's going to lead the way. And Sin and Author Time both coming back. And Author Time making a touch on the wall as he enters frame. Sin holding on, though, to just something. Fegley as well. You got Cat, Curly Fries, Bede, Archer. You have Nalix making a lunge there. Getting around Fegley, trying to get around Sin, and he will do that. It's about even, though, with Sin and Cat, Curly Fries. Sin going wide, and he will not have the drift, and everybody going for the risky. Fegley spinning around like a top. Gets through to the finish, and it will be, I believe, the round for Flight, or not Flight, for Nope, and you can see the DNFs coming through. So Nope bringing it back again, much like they did, or sorry, much like happened with Double D. 3-2 now in favor of Nope. They're not making this easy for Flight at all. Nope knows what the score is with Double D. Flight, they know Flight doesn't care. They just want to make it difficult for their opponents in blue. But Nope is certainly a team that will not take it lying down. They are going to fight tooth and nail here. And Flight on track currently to win this round. Some great drifting there from Nalix. Into the jump. Author Time will just finish 400s behind Speedy. And it is... Oh, she's getting to the finish. Breakless as well, but this is Nope's round. So Nope on map point. They could take this 3-1 and have one more to make it 4-1. Still no updates on the Double D and Double or Nothing match. I'm trying as much as I can to grab that information for you guys. Make sure the standings are kept up with, so you guys know what the stakes are as we go into the last set of matches for today. But this has been a round that Flight would love to forget. Speedy leading the way, Bede getting the overtake, Author Time getting swamped by blue names. And as we go up, is there a chance? Is there somebody who can make it happen? Cheese goes for the risky, but it will not work. Although Flight, I think they're going to have a lifeline here. Unless Breakless can get to the end in time. And I don't think he will. Nope, he will not. So, Flight, stay alive for another round. They need to do it 2 more times, though, if they want to win. Map number 4. Showing that despite their lack of points in the standings, they are certainly a team that will not go quietly. Nope, again with that early lead. We'll go overview. Nalix right now has had a bit of an abysmal start, but that is absolutely okay. He could maybe be an X factor depending on how things go. Spec is up and over. Oh, it's not gonna matter. It is not gonna matter at all. Cat, Speedy, Archer, Breakless goes into the wall there, and it does give Sully it. Oh, did I speak too soon? I might have spoke too soon, folks. I think I just cast her curse. Nope. Oh, it looked like Cat did not have any speed. He got hung up on the wall. And we go to a decisive round number 10. It would have been 9, but we had, of course, that draw round. First time we've seen a 4-4. And this isn't even the last map that these two have to play against each other. They still have one more after this. Currently, Flight has the point advantage, but now it's Nope taking it back. This is a great battle here, starting to brew. Author time and Speedy, they're battling for first. Specs in there, or not Spec, excuse me. It is Fegley. Archer's getting an overtake onto, I believe that was Spec he did, and into the risky finish. Speedy's not gonna get it. This might be Flight's map. They have to wait. We have to wait. We don't know. Where are the blue team? Where is Miggy? He's out of this. Flight. Almost losing the map. Find a way. They drag it out. And they make it to a 2-2 overall for this match. And if you are on the side of Nope, that has got to hurt. They need all the points they can. They know that Double D has the advantage. They absolutely need this map. And when they face Double D, they're gonna have to make sure that they do not lose a single map. I will try to get the accurate, up-to-date scores for you guys when we go to break, because I am 100% ready to watch Nope and Double D battle it out. We'll see just how close it actually is. But hopefully you guys have been enjoying. I have enjoyed this matchup. This is a lot more exciting than Double D and Flight. Could we see Flight take one off of Nope? I think we might. Although this was a map that they struggled on last time around. But maybe Nope is somehow worse than them. You know, that's always the hope. I know when I play, I'm like, well, as long as I don't suck as much as those guys, I think we're good. But we are getting into the last little bit of warm-up. The last map between Nope and Flight. This is the last time they will see each other. After this, Flight has to go up against Double or Nothing. Nope has to go up against Double D. And we will be crowning our America's Draft League Season 3 champions. And right now, if I'm to go off of what information I have, I think Double D may have the best shot. Nope, of course, is in the running. But they are going to need a lot of miracles. They are going to need to win this map, and then Double D has to completely implode. We are on to full speed, so from full speed backwards to full speed forwards. But this time it's a little bit more stringent on what it wants for your speed drifts. And right now, it's been an excellent start for all of these top 3 Nope players. Bede, Cat, and Speedy. Spec and Gonathan. Oh, Gonathan's overtaken the lead because of Speedy's mistake. Bede as well, getting some great speed out of that. We go into the finish. Blacking their faces off of the finish block. And this will be Nope's round. First blood going over to the blue team. Unless Jasper is able to change something, no. Or sorry, Japareska. My apologies, no S in there. And yes, author time, there's nothing on ECM. Something got messed up, I don't know what. Could I have done something? Probably. But I'll make sure to check in with anybody I think might have an answer. But into the next round, it is looking very, very good if you're on blue, because you have 3 players leading the way, and Jaber does not make the jump. Jumped a little too low. He was staring at the back of this pack, but now he's quite a ways gone. Oh, Archer. Nope, never mind. Archer not with the respawn. I apologize for that. That always gets me. But Bede, Speedy, Archer, and Cat. Woo! Sorry, you can talk about the synchronized backflips there. That was hot. Jonathan decides that he wants to launch himself into the void. I respect that. If you're just joining us, the map count between Nope and Flight is all tied up at 2-2. Archer's got that start down pretty well. Don't worry about that. That didn't happen. We'll go with Chino. We haven't seen a lot of Chino here. I think this might be the one map that he was assigned, and he's trying to show that practice was worth it. He's running up here at 6th. He's got Sin and Sunlice to keep him company. Ooh, he's gaining on Subi though. A lot more speed. Blows right by him. And it is beauty for the blue side. There's a weird red Polish mark on it, but that's okay. It's not going to matter. They're going to get a 3rd round here on Campar. The rest of the red team just filing through now. This is much the same as it was during the match against Double D for Flight. And folks, we are getting close to the end here. We'll have one final match here today for Season 3 of ADL, and then, well, close up shop for a bit. Put things into storage, get ready for the winter. But Bede and Gonathan, they are leading the pack here. We have Zeru right behind. Speedy. Oh, Sumi's got a good one. Chino, very low entry onto the wall ride. That's risky, but it worked out perfectly for him. So he can see everybody ahead of him, and he knows that it's going to be a lot of blue there in the higher up spots, as it will be yet another round for Nope. They're looking to just 5-0 this. They do not want to waste any time. They want to get that break now. But Flight, they need to pull it back. They need to reverse sweep these rounds from underneath Nope, because this is looking unlikely as it stands. Even with minimal crashes, it's still Flight struggling. I think overall what they bring to the table just does not compare to what Nope has. And Nope is looking to just keep things going as one of their members takes a bit of a hiatus from being fast. But this is looking like Nope's round. Sumi is trying everything. He's got his teammate Cosmos behind him. He gets a little bit jumpy there, and Sin goes through. Ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it. Nope is going to win map number 5. They will take this series 3-2. And they will get ready for their final battle against none other then double D. And that will be a final chance to take it all home, to be crowned the winners. Like I said, I don't have everything. Everything's kind of weird with ECM. So hopefully I will get that to you as soon as I can. But folks, we're going to take a short break here. When we get back, it will be the last matches of the day here for America's Draft League. One final chance to make your mark here. And we will, of course, put everything back into storage, and we'll be back again in another year's time. Well, not another year's time, but probably next year. But folks, get up, get yourself a drink, whatever it is you gotta do. But most importantly, keep it locked. ADL, we're back in just a bit. All right, folks. I think it's been long enough. I think we've waited just long enough for this one. So, I have great news. I have fantastic news. I have the best news that you're ever going to hear ever, period. So, Mr. Alex has been hard at work making sure that we have what we need in order to have our point totals. As it stands currently, after the last match that was played, Nope is at 59 points, and Double D is at 61. There is a 2-point difference. I'd love to show you, but you would get 0 audio. So, sorry. But what that does mean is that there is a possibility if... I gotta do math. Now, you guys know me. I'm terrible at math. If Nope is unable to get to 3 maps... No, they need 4 maps, right? Yeah. So, if Nope drops 2 maps, it's over. And that's what we're going to see. We're going to see if they can hold it together long enough to get it on. So, folks, for the last time, we get into game. And it is going to be Nope versus none other than the lads over at Double D. And for the last time, I will change that. But what a season it has been. Hopefully you guys are ready for what is to come. Nope at 51. And of course, Double D at 61. Folks, it is all to play for, and Nope has one hell of a task ahead of them. They need to be absolutely perfect if they are to win, if they are to take this home. But my God, what a Herculean effort that's going to take, because Double D has been on top of their game this whole time. They have not been too kind to the other teams. And they want to make that known. And the first round looks like it will go Double D's way. For Double D, they're so close to the summit, but for Nope, they're just a little bit farther down. They're gonna give it everything, though. Nope has to throw absolutely everything they can at this. Their chance at glory is right there, and what a way to do it, especially with Double D so close to victory, walking in and just yanking it out from under them. But there are 5 maps to get through. If Nope drop 2 maps, it's over. The amount of pressure they are under right now is immense, and you cannot understate that. But the first round's gone to Double D, and it looks like the second may as well. Speedy all by himself right now in a sea of red. No one to part the seas other than himself. Another round for Double D. They're starting it already. See what the start is like, if anybody's touching. I don't think so. See where the problems begin. Oh, it's in the... I think the grass there. I think Keyboard had a slight touch. And I will go on record saying that I am 99% certain that these grass road pieces that you see, the hitbox for the wall is slightly larger than it is. I think. I am fairly certain. I could be wrong. Wouldn't 3-2 Nope be a tie since there's an extra point to win the match? I thought we were down by 2. I'm going off the master sheet, which says 59 to 61 in favor of Double D. That is per Alex. Unless it has just been updated again. But I guess they do have that extra little bit of room to work with if they win the match. But right now, it's not looking too good as Double D 3-0ing right now on BC5. This has been, I think every time we have seen them play, it has been a 5-0. I don't think they've dropped this map one time. So 3-2 map win would be 4 points to us and 2 for them, so it's a tie. Yes. This is why I don't do math. Because math is not my strong suit. But for Nope, they're not going to worry about intricacies like that. I think their entire thing is just, okay, we gotta just win. We just gotta win everything we can. And the thing is, if it's a tie, then how do we declare the winner? I may have to figure that one out. Jadon, yeah, Jadon, some great lines there on the bobsleigh, but not so much on the end. He will have just enough speed to make it. He'll park himself right into the finish. He's like, there you go, boys, good enough. Double D, though, another round for them. Thank you, Luray. There is a tiebreaker already established. If you have the information how, I'd love to hear it, because I have not read that deep into the rulebook, I'll be completely honest. But Double D is on track to win map number 1. Nope, does not have a response at all. Let's see Jadon's line. That's a little wonky this time around, but he kind of made it work. All right, folks, to quote Big How, in the event of a top 2 teams are tied on points, the following will occur. Play 9 maps, 1 round each, 7-7 format. Regular season winner gets to ban 1 map to start map selection. That's all right. All right, well, now I'm hoping for a tie, because I want to see that. I think we got a little bit squirrely there at the end. 46-7 from Danny. Whoo! 4/10 ahead of Jadon, my God. But that will be Double D getting the first map. And we go to map number 2. Very easy one here for Double D. Almost no problems at all. Not a single one of the players want to play 9 maps, 7v7. Thank God I'm not one of them. Because I'm in here, which means I don't have to play. But it is Umia. We'll see how these two teams fare. Because we saw it in the other games. This was Flight's map. This was Flight's. They decided to solely have the best ice players. And it didn't work out too well elsewhere, but it worked out great here. So this is a chance for both Nope and Double D to see if they can get something on this. But now the score is 59-62. And Nope has to get this. But if they want to force that overtime-esque tiebreaker, if you will, they gotta win the series. Like Big How put it. What a legend, dude. This is why I love Big How. He's like so cool. But we're getting into the last little bit of warm-up here. Potentially last time players will be seeing these maps. Of course, if we go to that delectable tiebreaker. 9 maps of 7v7. 1 round a pop, best of 9. But we'll see how well these teams can handle this track, if they can keep their cool on ice. Keyboard saying sub 48. It's the most people from Massive ever seen in the same room. That's true. That's true from keyboard. There's a lot of us in here. Shout out MA. Shout out TMMA. Or MATM? I don't know. What do we go by? I think we go to TMMA. Doesn't matter. Folks, we've got 5 rounds to decide this map's winner. Nope versus Double D. Double D in the driver's seat. Nope is on the back foot here. They have a lot of work to do if they want to win ADL outright. But of course, if we end up tying this series, we will have to go to a decisive, very decisive 9-map 77, 1 round each. Basically, a best of 9. And right now, Double D's Ice is looking great. We got keyboard J-Don. There goes one of their players. I believe that was Danny. And into the end, we have seen a lot of slide outs here. Bede makes it, Nalex makes it, everybody makes it, it seems like. Nope will get this first round here. As, yep, the rest of their team comes through. In Toronto, will he have enough time to make it? Just barely, wow. I mean, you want to talk about last second. You're going to find it right there. So first round over to Nope. This is what they need. They need to hope that Double D's Ice is not as frosty as theirs. Timmy's leading the way right now. He does have that early advantage. Keyboard's up in there. So is Danny. Toronto holding on to something. I think I saw Dazzle in there as well. Yeah, there's Dazzle. Now he's into the mix. Danny's going to run a little wide. Dazzle goes a little too inside. Grabbing the wall there. That's not going to do him any favors. Not him nor his team. Obi having to release quite a lot to make sure he gets through that turn as Toronto sliding all his way out. Got so much speed, but just couldn't control it. Another slide out for Timmy's. So some critical mistakes here at the end for Red Team. But we move on. First 2 rounds for Nope have been successful. Will be, once we get to those last 2 maps, we'll be seeing how that goes. Backwards and forwards. My God, that's going to be something. But Double D has had a much better start compared to like their previous rounds. Not just here, but in other matches. As they find themselves in the lead. Everybody pretty close together, actually. Only that's Quib and J-Don right now having issues. We'll run with Josh. Keyboard. Because you can see how many red players are up here in the top 5. Keyboard's going to go very, very wide there into the turn. It is Bede. Josh, 2 slide outs there. One goes to Tim and the other, I didn't quite catch that. But the rest of red team and blue team are coming through. I think there's just enough time for one more. Quiverson will not make it, but crucially, it is Nope that does grab the round win. So Double D still searching for an answer. Any response they can give, but Toronto riding over the edge. Oh, and Danny with a little bit of a nose hit into the wall. It's not going to mess him up too much, thankfully, but that will make it harder. J-Don sliding out. Josh, Miggy, Keyboard, Bede, Timmy. How about a start from them? Keeping it pretty clean. Double D looking for a round. Try to get something here on Umia. They're doing just that. I think the only thing that would make it worse is if one of them slid out. I think that would probably seal the deal, but I think Timmy's going to have learned from last time. Yes, he has. Miggy, Keyboard, Josh, Danny, Dazzle, and Socks. Toronto! Just enough to make it across. Good work, Toronto. And Timmy, what did Timmy put into that that round? I didn't quite catch that. Seemed pretty quick though. But now Double D on the board here. Ooh, Quiverson so wide. How does he not fall over the edge there? That was impressive. Archer, though, with the worst start out of everybody. Oh, and he slides out. So does Toronto. Both of them. We'll run up front with Keyboard here. Keyboard very close to the wall there. Danny comes through. So does Dazzle, Jadon, and Obi. Still be leading the way with Timmy. Those two are starting to become front runners for their respective teams, barring, of course, mistakes. You know, we've seen Timmy slide out there a little bit at the end. I think Beat has been pretty good about avoiding that. Very inside line for Keyboard, though. All right, another round for Double D. They're starting to get a little bit hot under the hood there. Starting to get the fire lit. If they were to get the map here, that would put so much more pressure. So much more pressure onto Nope. We continue on. Round number 6 coming in here. We have not seen a non-5-0 yet today on Umia. How does Bead touch the wall and not immediately get stuck to it? Keyboard a little bit shaky there through the checkpoint, but that's okay. I think we have lost Bead. Had a mistake. He's fallen back. He is, yeah, he's way down. He's the rock right now for Nope. Alex trying to give Keyboard something to think about, but he's going to go a little bit too inside. That's going to completely mess him up. Nope, somehow, though, still has the round potentially. Although we are onto a tie right now. Obi's going to slide out a little bit. Nope, getting some players through. Do they have this? Does Dazzle have time? No, he's just a little too quick. Oh, he does get to the end. There was just enough time on the board, but it is Nope's round. Nope, everything you've got. Everything you've got. They will take this fight to the bitter end. I pray that Alex has that, that tied server. The 1v1 of 9 rounds. That would be, I hope that's set up already. If not, they better. But Bead right now back up front where he should be. And you can see with Nope, there we go, getting there. Hopefully deserved round. But there's Jadon, there's Timmy, there's Keyboard. Timmy's gonna slide out. I think that might just do it. Oh, he's gonna get very, very wide there. He's gonna clip, and there's another faltering blue car there. Right now, Double D has the round. Dazzle's gonna get through. Is this their round, though? Is this Double D's round? Obi's gonna be slow. Is there enough time to make it? No, there isn't. Double D, somehow, I think maybe by a couple of points, just pips that round out. 4-3 is the score. Both of these teams are clawing at each other for this map. If Nope gets this, they stay alive. They keep those ADL Season 3 championship hopes alive. But if Double D wins this, it looks less and less likely for their opponent to snatch the crown unless they have a perfect end. But if Nope can somehow 4-0 this, or sorry, 4-1 this overall, they will win ADL Season 3. Into the end, though, Danny has a very awkward line, but he will not get overtaken. I think this is the map. This is the map. Yep. Nope will win map number 2 in a long, drawn-out process, but it doesn't matter. They've won the map 60-62 overall is the point split. Hard for Nope to win the FS map, though. That's true. Yeah, they have struggled there this afternoon. It has not been their map. High roller, though. This might be a good chance for Double D to get another one. Oh, man. If I had admin privileges, I would have made a Gamba. who you think would win. But on to High Roller. Two minutes of warm-up. And I gotta say, what a show that these two teams have put on for us. We have been spoiled rotten with how good of a series we've had so far. No 5-0s thus far, and hopefully that trend continues. I, for one, have been waiting for this. FS kind of chalk, not gonna lie, we're gonna win here. And backwards. Ooh, Breakless. Breakless with the fighting words. Breakless, are you even in here? You're not. Get out of here. But we'll see. Maybe Nope has found some sort of magic. He said we gotta, not we gonna. Oh, did he? Oh, I read that as gonna. I think I'm slightly dyslexic. Whoops. Either way, Breakless. You gotta, you gonna, doesn't matter. We'll see though. Yeah, if Double D can win here, then they will have the advantage. Although if Nope wins this, they do have the possibility of taking the crown right off of Double D's head. It's not quite on their head just yet, but it's close. But we are on our third map. 2 maps remain after this. Warm-up is ticking down the last 10 seconds before all chaos. All hell breaks loose. We'll see what these teams are capable of. Hashtag no breaks. If it's a no break section, yeah, unless you mean no breaks as in I don't get to take a break. Sure. I'm fine with that. Or no breakless, maybe? Ooh. Ban them? No. But, folks, we are live here on High Roller. Nope. Desperation is the name of the game here. They need these maps. They need these rounds. Socks, oof. Big hit. Speedy up front with a lot of red around him. I mean, sure, we've all read the room before, but I don't think that's what he meant. But this first round will go to Double D. And they begin. Breakless, of course, saying that full speed is not really their thing, but they could win. They gotta win here and backwards. Thankfully, it'll be this map and then backwards map. So there is the possibility. If they win here and they win on backwards, that the final map basically won't be needed. This looks like a map that that Nope may have to call upon higher powers to, as we do see Archer with a big misstep there. And it's a 1-2-3 right now for the red team, but it's a 4-5-6 for blue. We're right on board with Flimsy. Not quite a flimsy defense from him, but it is very good for him. It's just Speedy and Socks. That's all that's there for Team Nope. Double D round number 2 goes to them. Socks calling things out. I've been practicing, guys. Oof. The shade. Round 3, Double D wants to get through this one. They want to get to that backwards map and close it out. If they can win there, it's over. And then from there, the full speed map is just a formality. But we are seeing a touch there from one of their members, Speedy. He can only do so much while he's in first. Obi's had some issues. Bede is getting into this mix, but he's got to bank on mistakes. Timmy's is holding on. Flimsy and Jadon as well. As we get close to the end, it will be Speedy, Jadon, Flimsy, Timmy's, Bede, Sox, Danny, and Josh, the top 8. And this might be the 5-0 for Double D. Because this is not their map, and then they'll have to win the next 2. They'll have to win backwards. They will have to win full speed. Archer is AFK at the start. Hopefully that's just a connection thing and not him being dead in the water. But Double D, a very familiar sight, though. Josh having to get acquainted with the barrier. And I think another one of their members actually just fell off that as well. But still with the point advantage this round, although Nope gaining some spots. Nope is struggling, and there's the touch from Speedy. There's the carry, if you will, for this map, falling to the wayside, although I think some position changes in the back might secure this round. We have lost Archer. No, he's back. We're good. And it will be the round for Nope. So they will not be shut out here, thankfully, but they have so much more to go if they're able to win this. But off to a great start, both these teams. Really showing what they're made of. Josh, a familiar sight. Timmy's Jadon. This is their map. This is their bread and butter. Same with Speedy and Flimsy. You see Beat in the back. Same with Quib, Sox, and Odaz, Archer. This is not what you need as Nope. You need your team up there. Ectochrome running here in 9th. He's going to get into 8th, maybe 7th. Yes, he will. A couple of overtakes out the line. Double D on map point. Something's going on in chat. Okay, they might be in a Discord, I'm assuming that's why that is. But potentially the final round here on High Roller. Potentially the last time we play on this map for ADL Season 3 in Ectochrome. With an error. We'll put him back. We'll get right into the middle of it with Danny. Timmy said GG, that's why. Wow, don't say GG's. Gotta wait till it's over. But this might be the map for Double D to take. So we're getting to the end here. Not that far to go. Speedy still up front. Josh hounding him. It's gonna be a jump into the line. And Josh takes it to the house. First place for him. Great bit of speed right out of that final corner. You got that turn just slightly straighter on exit. Double D at 63 points with only 2 maps to go. And it's going to be backwards. It's going to be full speed. If Double D is able to win it here, then that's it. That'll be it. That'll be everything. That'll be ADL over and done with. But if Nope can get it together, they can win here and they can take it to the full speed map, which we have seen is their pick, is their map. That is where they have been strongest. That is the one map that they command with an iron fist. But of course we can't count out Double D. They have shown that they are a team that has the best shot at winning ADL. With how close these guys were after their first match, I'm not surprised that they are still so close coming into this last match. Whoopsie. Ignore that. That's definitely not my phone. But of course, it's easier said than done for Nope to win here. But if they do win here, then they go into that full speed map with so much confidence. course, if Nope is able to win this and the next map, they do get that extra point for winning. Which means, ladies and gentlemen, we would go to a best of 9. And you might be thinking, well, hey, hold on, Legion, there's 10 maps in the campaign. What do you mean 9? Well, as per Big Cow, being gamer, regular season winner gets to ban 1 map, which, if I'm not mistaken, is Nope. Although I think I may have misread it, or misremembered, all of which are possible. But the last 15 seconds here on a Drive Me Backwards warm-up before we get into potentially the last map of ADL Season 3. And it was Nope that won the regular season with 362 points. So they could go in and ban the map they need to ban. But into the first round. If you're Nope, it's everything. It's all or nothing. It's either win or it's over. After this, there are no second chances. And if you're Double D, you can put an end to this right now. You can win it all. Although Big Hal having big problems. Cat Curly Fries as well. Miggy's in here. Oh, he's losing so much speed though. And he's gonna fall off the platform. It's alright though. Can't wait to become a 2-time back-to-back ADL champion. Well, hold on, Fortebrand. You don't know just yet. We got a whole map to get through. Depending on how this goes. I think we're going to have a draw first round, though. And a very nice time getting dropped. Somebody, I didn't see who that was. Somebody dropped the stupid fast time. Josh did. Timmy's saying it's over. It's not over, dude. Listen, if Nope wins... Oh, Nope got the round. Even better. If Nope wins this map, it goes to full speed, which, as we saw before, Nope is exceptional on. Oh, Dazzle not getting the drift there, so he'll have no speed. Oh god, look at this split of players. Cat Curly Fries over the ledge, so that'll speed him right down. Miggy trying to come back here, but there are 4 red names ahead of him. Keyboard so close to the wall there. You can see, of course, Bede trying to get in there. This drift, crucial for the risky. Not so much for the safe. Double D will take round number 2. We missing anybody? Ah, Mr. Curly Fries. Full server froze after the start for me. Oof, Speedy. I think I know why. I bet he turned opponents on, and I had to load literally everything. Ask me how I know. But round number 3, it's 1-1. Double D could close it out. They could be crowned ADL Season 3 champions. Nope. Well, they want to try to say otherwise. Look at how much speed these guys get into the dirt. It's ridiculous. Everybody all over the place, and Speedy goes a little bit too wide, so he's going to have to respawn it. Keyboard, Josh. Danny Keyboard fell off. Okay, this could be Nope's round. Although, Ectochrome, depending on how he finishes, I'm going to keep an eye on him going up into this. Everyone ahead. Oh, good round there. Good end there from Ecta to stay ahead. Asking for Archer's pause. Now we're good. And that will be another round for Double D. 1-2. Getting clips I never got before. Me watching streams. Insane. But right now, Double D are just 3 rounds from victory, and Nope has to do 4 plus another 5. We do have, I think, a respawn coming in from Archer. Or that might just be internet. ArcherNet, the best that's ever been. Top 5, all for Double D, unless Keyboard decides to throw it away. Oh no, it's not going to be Keyboard. Lucky, lucky man. this will be Double D's round. For sure. Double D is just counting down the rounds. Hal dropping a 41-2. That's ridiculous. Seriously? Okay, Hal. Got it, dude. Got it. Sure. Oh, early touch there. I think that was from one of the red team members. Nope. Yeah, that was Ecta. Ecta's all over the place. There's no chance. But Nope is searching for any way in. If Keyboard can make mistakes, then it could be Nope's round to Rontu, though. Danny and Big Hal, look at these guys just surrounding Bede. There's nothing Bede can do. He gets ahead, but how hard is it to keep that lead when you have Big Hal right there? The backwards god of Big Hal, and Bede goes into the wall. That was going to be Nope's round, too. That was going to be Nope's round. Ladies and gentlemen, championship point for Double D. If they can get this round, it's over. And if they can't, well, we still got one more round to decide it. But Nope. Oh, no, I lied. Nope got the round. Someone remind me to never say anything until we're absolutely certain. Because this appears to be my downfall. Keyboard so close to the walls there. Him and Toronto, same lines. Toronto somehow missing the hole. Bede trying to chase down Danny, but here comes Big Hal. Drifts are looking great. Trying to get as much of a speed drift as you can out of that before you have to straighten it up. Oh, Big Hal into the wall. A big hit for the big man. Speedy has to go for the safe finish. And it will be, is this the round? I'm not going to say anything yet. I've learned my mistake. Does Keyboard have... No, Keyboard does not have time. All right. It's 3-3. Double D has to get 2 if they want to win it all. If they don't, though... And we go to the FS map. And if we get there, almost 100%, I'll say 95% chance that we go into that best of 9. Because if there's one map that Nope has made theirs, it is the Fullspeed map. And they want to do it. They want to get there. They know if they get there, they can effectively reset the bracket, as it were. But they've got to get a lot more points right now. They're struggling. They have to bank on one of the 2 players ahead making a mistake. They don't. Cat goes into the safe finish. Could this be championship point? Archer will get through. Big Hal. Oh, that might be critical. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Double D is 1 round from victory. And Nope has to respond with 2 in a row. Will this be a decisive map, Archer? Uh-oh. Oh, no. Is that Archer? Oh, God, I'm clicking buttons. Could that be it? Could that be it for Nope? Oh, Big Hal. Okay. All right, we're going up front, boys. We're going up front. Here it is, 1, 2, 3 for Double D. Josh is going to clip. That's going to move Cat, Curly Fries, and Speedy, and Breakless, and Nalix up. It's 1-2. If Toronto makes a mistake, if Danny makes a mistake, if any of these guys make a mistake, into the risky. Is this it? Is this Double D going to be crowned champions, or will we have to go one more round? I think Nope is holding on. Oh my God, folks. The last round on Drive Me Backwards. If Double D wins this round, they win ADL Season 3. If Nope wins this round, we go to Fullspeed. We go to Nope's bread and butter. And if they win that, we have to go one more. We have to have one more set of rounds. But right now, Double D, they're in a great position. Look at the gap with Danny and Josh. It's incredible. But the end, we've seen so many rounds get decided. Big How, he wants to make this difficult. Beat is doing everything he can. Danny and Josh, they're going to go 1-2 into the risky. Then it's B, then it's Big How. And then it's going to be Toronto, Speedy, Archer, Miggy, Breakless. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it. That's going to do it. Double D is going to be your America's Draft League Season 3 champions. It will not be Nope this year. Double D putting on one hell of a performance. Danny, 108 points to make it happen. And at this point, ladies and gentlemen, we're just gonna play Campar as a formality. You know, you wonder if maybe this map was 4th and then this map was last. How much different things would have been. But you gotta give it up. You gotta give it up for Nope. Everything they had until the bitter end. I know they would have liked first, but they can keep their heads held high knowing they made it absolute hell for Double D. On that last map on Backwards, they made sure that Double D was gonna have to work for it, and they did. They really did. So now we play Campar. Doesn't matter. I guess it's just for points. I guess it's just for bragging rights. We're making some adjustments. Ooh. Hot from the newsroom floor. Oh man, what an ADL it's been though. This is the one thing I love about it. It's just you never know how it's gonna go. Especially with just how the drafting is done. You get some pretty good combinations. If you get the right combination of guys, it is over before it even starts. Toto's taking your spot. Ah. Can we just have all players play? Oh, that'd be fun. We could have everybody play. Everybody in the lobby? Me too. I don't know. Do I hop in? Yes. I don't know. Chat, should I do it? Should I play the full speed map that I've literally never played before? That's a terrible idea. That is an awful idea. Holy. Oh man. It is over. I mean, you know, it is over. I don't know. I might. I feel like if I play, if Alex is here, can I play? Or do I have to not? I don't know if I can. I plugged my controller in. Just in case. Oh, God. What a season, though. What a season for Double D. Alex can't ban us all. I don't know. I feel like he could. I don't know. If I join, I should join Nope because I can pretend like I'm winning. I think I'll just keep it in the booth, make my life easy. Oh, they're talking about player swaps. They're trying to trade players. Can you be backwards first? Can you backwards this map? I don't think you can. You can't make this speed check. You really, I don't know. I mean, if someone is so inclined to do it backwards, I say let them. Speed locked in, real. But congratulations to Double D for winning ADL Season 3. Gotta give a huge shout out to Nope, though. I mean, they really gave it everything right until the end. You can't hate them for it. Absolutely love it. Okay, what if I did like one round? I guess it's 7v7, I can't rip. Is that, who is that? Is that Breakless? That's Breakless. Holy. Restarting again. What team am I on? I want to change teams. Just in case. You never know. I think they are just playing it out. Oh, we're restarting again. Oh man. Yeah, I don't know. I think we may take our leave. I think we'll let them have their fun. It has been not a long day, but it's been a day. It has been a day for me. So I think we'll end it here. Hold on, we'll try to be like nice. But I think we'll raid. God, that feels fun to say. I miss saying that. Wait, hold on. I don't know, maybe I do a round. Maybe I do like one round. Alright, you know what? You know what? Screw it. Screw it, chat. Screw what everybody says. If Alex gets upset, he can fight me. I have not played this map. I don't even know what I'm doing. Oh, this is gonna be a mess. You guys are gonna know that I am not a full speed player, like at all. Alright, you go around. Alright, I'll do one round. I'm gonna do one round. Legion on driving. Yeah, what's up, Vec? Yeah, me driving, me driving. You know, I'm gonna go full tryhard HUD off. Let's see how well I do. You know what? I've seen these guys drive. I know what the route's like, kinda. Again, I am not a full speed player. I am a speed tech player or a grass tech player. If I manage to beat anybody, I will be amazed. I will be amazed. Damn it. It's alright. It's all for the cinema. You know what? Honestly, I do like doing this because this makes me appreciate what these guys are doing. Because this is not easy. This is not easy. I just have to get to the end. That's all that matters. Just get to the end. Ah, Jesus. It's alright, we're good. Okay. I can't drive, chat. Alright, you know what? Hold on. We gotta finish one round before we raid. I'm sorry. We gotta finish one round. And then we'll go raid. We'll find someone in NA. Yes, I know, waiting. Listen, this is the round. But thank you guys. You know what? Honestly, give yourselves a shout out. Give yourselves a pat on the back. You guys have been awesome. Honestly, ADL is, I mean, without you guys, without the entirety of NCSA, I mean, obviously it is gonna be nothing. And this is why we keep coming back. Hopefully we'll see a lot of you guys for next year's draft league. I'm certain that I will be back, so if you haven't gotten enough of me, you certainly will. You'll get plenty of me. But yes, let's try to get one round first, and then we can call it a stream. Okay, great start, Legion. I think we're gonna be here a while. Oh my god, this I apologize to all Fullspeed players everywhere. I struggle with Cup of the Day Fullspeed, let alone competitive. Okay, no, it's like you do that. Yeah, you do that. Okay. I'm learning. Damn it. You get some speeded drift. There we go. Okay, hold on. We have a shot. Okay, this is the farthest we made it last time. We can make it. We can make it. We can make it. We can't make it. Damn it. Josh versus all. Do I go on red team? Yeah, we'll join red team. This is fun. All right. One round. All I need. One round. And then we can go. I'm sorry. I know it's taking a while, Chad. Come on. We need to do the funny. I feel like I just broke it. No, I didn't. We're good. All right, run red team. Bless. I'm gonna like lock in for a second. All right, we're doing it. We got this. Easy, easy. Perfect. We're doing it. Okay. Oh god, almost died. We're good, we're good. Nice. Come on, get that speed drift. Oh baby. Oh, I forget where to go. Shit. No, language. Sorry. I'm trying to be appropriate, I apologize. No! Ah, come on. Okay, I need one round. I don't have faith in myself. It's like so close. Alright, this one. And then we'll go find an NCSA streamer and bother him. Okay. I know this map. I can do this. I believe in myself. I feel like any of the other maps I would have been fine on. I don't know why I have to do it on this one. No. Bruh. Oh, isn't it first to 5? Okay, alright, we get it here. We gotta have a perfect run throughout, right to the end. Easiest game ever. Okay, we're in 17th, but that's okay. I can do this. I just have to, like, go. I have to go to the left. That's what it was, right? To the left. Oh my god. Hey! We did it! We got to the finish! And we weren't last! What is this game? Alright, we did it. And that's gonna do it for us. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed your stay as always. Apologies for the technical errors at the start. We are gonna find somebody to go and bother with the what is it? With the raid. But what a season it's been here for ADL. What it's been everyone involved, of course, playing or behind the scenes. You guys have been great. Of course, you guys watching at home, thank you so much. And the mappers as well, you guys have been incredible. All right, let's see. Who do we, you know what? Can we bother Alex? We're gonna bother Alex because I said so. All right, that, and then it's that, I think. We're gonna guess. I think. Did that work? Oh no, it's slash raid. Crap, not exclamation point raid. I'm stupid. Did it work? Is it set up? I hope it's set up. I can't tell. It doesn't tell me. Let me just double check. very quickly. Because there is a way for me to check. Raid? No. Oh, I can't raid. I can't raid. Because it's not my stream. No, I tried it. I did slash raid. Yeah, it doesn't let me because it's not my channel. I'm streaming to the NCSA channel. I don't actually have access to it. Oh well, you guys can go bother Alex, tell him good job and thank you and all that wonderful stuff. But folks, that's gonna do it for me. My name's Legion2k. If you're looking for more of me, of course, you can look me up. I'm all over the place. L2KYT on Twitter. I will be at the illustrious XP Evo. Hope to see you all there. If not, I'm sure you'll hear me. But folks, other than that, thank you all so much for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed your stay. Congratulations again to Double D for winning it all, and of course, congratulations to everybody else and the efforts they did. You guys have been absolutely amazing. But folks, that is going to do it for us here. Another season of ADL is in the books. As always, stay safe, stay beautiful. Thank you guys so much for stopping by, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.